Hey everybody, Pastor Matt here. I'm really grateful to be having my computer back so where I can come and talk to you, just share with you a little bit about not only what's coming up this weekend, but just to try to do my best to stay connected. We've been doing some Facebook Live deals, and we're going to try and find some other ways to where the rest of you, and even if you're not on social media, the rest of you will be able to find ways to be able to connect. So I want to just let you know and remind you again, you can go to arbc.net, and on our homepage, you'll find a link where it says where you can watch Sunday's sermon. So thank you again for those of you who responded, gave such great encouragement that you were able to access it, even if you don't have Facebook. That was the goal, and I want to thank Sam Huckabee for doing that. David Perry, he's the one that's filming and he's recording on the camera, and we have someone on sound. We have someone that's doing the slides. We're going to scale back a little bit on our music presence, I guess. We're still going to have songs, obviously, but we're just going to try and keep as few people as possible where we can still maintain the continuity of our worship services at 1031, but just try our best not to expose as many people to this. What are we looking at on Sunday? Well, we're looking at Apollos this time. And Linda, I hear you. This is actually one that we can pronounce. And so what Apollos is going to do, he's going to show us how to be a model of Christian boldness. And I've got my sermon notes up here, still working on them, still fleshing them out. And I want you to know that even though we're on camera and we're not able to be together, I just feel like that God is still impressing upon me to do a number of things. Number one is to still stay in the scriptures. That way when you log in and anybody else logs in, that hopefully they will be able to get some meat of the scriptures. I believe that's just been one of my responsibilities, is to make sure that when you come to church, when you come to a church gathering, that whenever the word is spoken, that you're getting some meat. You're finding out what God has to say about something. It's not about entertainment. It's not about warm fuzzies. It's about the Spirit moving through His Word. And we're going to be in Acts 18, verses 24 to 28, talking about Apollos and how he is a model for Christian boldness and how this boldness came from him digging into the Scriptures. Now, so in order for you to be able to get our worship guide, you'll be able to also have access to that on our website. So you'll be able to go to arbc.net, and you can either go to the resources and be able to find weekly bulletin, or you can just go straight there, arbc.net/weekly-bulletin. We're also, over the next week, going to be releasing our newsletter, The Challenger. But that might look a little different as well, because most of the things that we have in there were events that were going to be on site that are coming up. So we're actually evaluating if there really is a need to put out a Challenger. We're doing our best to continue to monitor that, and our best to be able to communicate to you as best as we possibly can. Also want to take time to thank you. Some of you have been letting us know not only that you're available to help with groceries and such for some who aren't able to get out at all, but you're also, some of you who need the help, you're letting us know. Good. As I mentioned this past Sunday, so many people are afraid of being a bother. Don't be a bother. I mean, no, don't worry about being a bother. Be a bother and such. So I'm not going to edit that out. We're just going to talk. I just want to make sure that you're knowing that we're here and we're trying to do what we can to connect with you. And I'd love to know how you're doing. I'm going to close this by also mentioning, as I did last time, that this is really tough. I have extrovert tendencies. I love people. I get really, I don't know, my heart gets full when I'm around people. For some people who are introverts, their hearts, it drains them. Well, when I'm around people, it builds me up. And I miss that. I really miss seeing you all on Sundays. I miss the women's Bible study that meets right next door. I miss hearing them on Tuesday mornings. On Wednesday mornings, on Wednesday mornings, we have people that come in normally for our prayer time. They're not able to be here. Wednesday nights, I love Wednesday nights where we have our 3D Wednesdays and Awana and choir, and There's just so many things that are happening here. I love Wednesdays, even if after a long day, love Wednesdays. It's fantastic. And then I even miss the meetings that we have during the week and the time we're able to go and make visits and, just hang around people and be able to go to lunch and such. And right now, we're kind of here at Command Central. The only reason I'm here is because my house isn't that far away. I don't have to get in the car. I don't have to do a lot of different things. I can just walk across the parking lot. But I want you to stay encouraged, because this is time when, again, God is stripping all of these trappings of what we have always thought were necessary and important. And we need to pray for wisdom for our governmental leaders who are making some decisions that some of us agree with, some of us disagree with. And this can be a time of division. It can be a time of, just more fracturing. And a lot of times these trials come along to bring, and it brings out where our center really is. What was really the very thing that was driving us? So whatever is driving you, you're going to find out whether those things are really worth driving or whether something else is more significant. I pray that you're leaning into the Word more. I pray that you're leaning into prayer more. I want to just commend to you a couple of books on prayer. Joy Rayleigh gave this one to me. This was called the 21 Days of Breakthrough Prayer by Jim Maxim. Really good. The foreword is by Jim Cymbala. You may have read Fresh Wind and Fresh Fire. Let me get over here real quick. Some of you may have read this book by Ronnie Floyd, How to Pray, Developing an Intimate Relationship with God. I'm doing schoolwork right now, so a lot of my reading is having to do with things along that line. But now I'm just realizing that I need to read just a little bit more of other things every day to be able to help my soul on some things. So How to Pray, Developing an Intimate Relationship with God. This was actually a gift from our North American Mission Board, and I'm very thankful that they sent that along to try to help us replenish our souls. So continue to go on. Next week, we're going to figure out a way to where we can maybe, I need to continue to do some discipling. So if there's maybe times when some guys would be able to get together at a certain time, or maybe some Sunday school teachers be able to get together at a certain time. We've got to figure out a way to keep growing, keep discipling, keep moving forward in the things of God, even in the midst of the chaos that the world has to offer. But tune in 10:31 on Sunday. That's when we're going to be having our 10:31 worship gathering. I'm so glad that you're here. Just keep encouraging everyone. Keep encouraging everyone in the faith. God bless you.